NBC royal reporter and commentator Neil Sean claimed a source told him that the Queen is listening to the music of George Formby to help her get over some of her loneliness. Mr. Sean remarked how the monarch and many other royal family members were big fans of the English entertainer and explained their shared history with him. The Queen's Christmas plans have been scuppered thanks to the pandemic, as the growing number of infections means big royal events have had to be cancelled or revised. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Mr. Sean says a source has told him the Queen has returned to the things that made her smile as a child. Mr. Sean said the monarch had begun listening to the music of George Formby as she was a big fan of the English actor and singer. He added, "It doesn't matter if you are royal or not, you can suffer from loneliness, so how does our Queen combat this problem?" George Formby fell out of favour in the 150s but never truly with the monarchy. They were always very delighted to see him. According to a very good source, this is exactly how Our Majesty is getting through some of the darker days. We all know what we mean by that. When people have lost someone, everyone fusses around in the first few months. But then they get busy with their own lives. It is no different for the ruling monarch. The royal journalist noted George Formby even performed at Windsor Castle for the Queen Mother in the 140s with the current Queen also in attendance. Mr. Sean remembered an anecdote involving George Formby getting knighted and how that showman had a famous thing where he would fall in the street as he walked. Despite being told not to do the act when meeting the Queen, George Formby did trip up, but much to the Queen's delight, who then called him a naughty boy. Mr. Sean also claimed the Queen and Princess Margaret would request records of George Formby even though the BBC had banned some of his more racy performances. The Queen allegedly could also do a good impression of the performer and enjoyed seeing him at royal shows and other events, despite falling off in popularity. Mr. Sean claimed the Queen was looking back at some of the happier times involving George Formby as she and other family members enjoyed his shows. The Queen was reportedly forced to cancel her annual Christmas lunch this year, which usually sees dozens of family members attend. A royal source claimed the event was cancelled as a precautionary measure because of the rising cases of COVID-19. It is the second year in a row the event has been cancelled after it was abandoned last year due to the lockdown restrictions. Chief Medical Officer Professor Chris Whitty told the public they should deprioritize their social interactions this Christmas and minimize unnecessary contact. Royal watchers are now eagerly awaiting news on whether the Christmas Mass on December 25 will still take place. Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, filmed a special Westminster Abbey carol service earlier this month to celebrate the hard work of the public during the pandemic. The Together at Christmas show will air on ITV on Christmas Eve at 7:30 p.m. Kate was joined by Prince William and the Middleton family, who supported Kate throughout the concert. In the last 24 hours, 3,045 people have been infected with COVID-19, which has broken the previous daily infection records set this week. Professor Whitty warned it will be a few weeks until the country sees the peak and says, records will be broken a lot, thanks to the Omicron variant. Health Secretary Sajid Javid said on Monday that medical modeling suggests there are 200,000 infections a day.